Hey everyone, it's Renee, and you know that I am into fitness and food, and I'm here to make you reach your goals in a down-to-earth, real-life sort of way. And so today we're talking grilled cheese. Who doesn't love grilled cheese, right? Yeah, no, you're not gonna get there by eating grilled cheese sandwiches every day, but trust me, you can have one and it can be okay. And I'm making grilled cheese for the kids, and then I will have one my way, and it's just sort of a way that you can incorporate little changes into your overall diet without actually having to be on a diet, because we don't do that around here. So what I want to talk about is something being a little deceptive. Now we'll get to this in a minute. So what I've done is I've pureed some butternut squash. Now I love butternut squash, and the fact that they're still in the grocery store is the bomb. So one of the things that I do in my house is that I will puree vegetables and I will use them in things like soups or stews, and that's nothing new. But butternut squash is my favorite because it is the most mild of all the things that you could hide, like sweet potato, pumpkin, and then butternut squash. Now I've had a butternut squash mac and cheese that we've loved, and I shared that earlier this winter. But what I'm going to do now is make a butternut squash mac and cheese. I know, it's a little bit out there. And I'm not saying you have to put a whole bunch of butternut squash for the grilled cheese, but what you can do is incorporate just a little bit at a time and see what your family will tolerate. Because my kids don't really like cubed butternut squash, but they'll eat it. So what I have is some butternut squash puree that I've roasted and then popped in the blender, and a combination of cheeses. I have some Monterey because it melts well, and then some natural cheddar. And what I'm going to do is just first spoon in a little bit of the puree into the cheese, and then I'll mix it up. And then once I think I get a consistency that is, tolerable, shall we say, then I will spread it between the slices of bread and make a good old-fashioned mac and cheese. The other thing that I like to do with my butternut squash puree is make a marinara sauce or a homemade spaghetti sauce that is the bomb. And yeah, you can get the stuff from the jar, and that's fine, and we do that too sometimes, but you can sneak in so much vitamin A in your own if you start sauteing the onions and then add the garlic and tomatoes and this and just simmer the heck out of it. And so that's really cool too. And I can share a little video with that if you'd like. But what got me started in this long ago, before I sort of hopped on the healthy wagon, which this isn't such a crazy wagon, we're just having a little fun going that way, is this cookbook right here called Deceptively Delicious. Can you see that? It's by Jessica Seinfeld, Jerry Seinfeld's wife. And this kind of stuff is on Pinterest right now. But this book really got me thinking of how I could do that. And so I want to share that with you. Now I do all this kind of stuff in my groups, but sometimes you're not in that group. Why aren't you in that group? I am going to give this cookbook away to someone who either shares this video or signs up to be in my next challenge group starting next week. So you could have a chance to win this. Either share this video or sign up to be in the next group. Easy peasy. So with that, I also have a winner to announce from last week. We were in the mountains. I miss the mountains. And I had some really funny comments on the Lewis and Clark kind of directional thing, and all of them were kind of equally funny, so we didn't know which one to pick, and so we chose the one about we came, we saw, we conquered. Because we were all busy moms, and somehow we got it to work on this first ever girls trip, and we were pretty stoked about that, and so it kind of touched us right here. So Heather Hayes, you are getting something for participating in last week's Lewis and Clark picture. And now if you would like the cookbook, share or sign up with me later on today. And get you some butternut squash before they're gone. And then pretty soon it'll be time to plant some more, but they won't be ready for a while. So catch me on Fit and Faithful with Renee, and have a great day, everyone.